Well, good day everyone. I'm up here in central Queensland on another wild dog trapping run, and yeah, finished early. Time to reflect a little bit, and I should be concentrating on trapping dingoes, but there's bigger issues at stake. If you're watching from the US, you're used to having a constitution. We don't have a constitution over here in Australia that's worth a damn. You've got a Bill of Rights, you've got a Second Amendment, you've got some sorts of protection behind you, you've got game departments, you've got game seasons, you can get permits and tags. Some states in Australia here, you can do that. But up here in Queensland, Australia, we've got nothing. We've got one act called the Biosecurity Act that basically overarches just about all our other acts, our Stock Act and whatever, and even our Weapons Act. It classes all the animals that we hunt as pests. Now, if you follow our McGhee's Mad Mondays, you'll see I call them mad because I am getting very mad at what's going on. I am cranky as all heck. And one thing that makes me really cranky is the attitudes of our own people, of our own hunters. Now, since I put on a clip about our hut, about where we used to live and how we had to remove that hut, I tried to explain actually what was going on, what was right behind it. And I hear these stories of total numbnuts. That's what they are. They're going out there and they're saying, oh, McGhee's been kicked off. No, I haven't been kicked off anywhere. McGhie stood to his principles. And unfortunately, a lot of our own people, our own hunters, are willing to sacrifice their principles to get access for hunting. They say to me, oh, look, just call it pest control. Say you're doing this. Oh, just wing it, right? So what they're saying is that because we don't have legislation to work under, we're working in grey areas, okay? We've seen the fact, we have looked at it and we've researched it, we've got solicitors, we've got barristers looking at it, and the situation is, if a landowner lets a recreational hunter onto their property at the moment, we have been yet to find any insurance company that covers that landowner adequately for recreational hunters on their property. So in Queensland, the only country we have to hunt on are the private holdings of landowners, right? So if those landowners feel they're at risk, they're going to shut the door. That's the last thing that I want to see happen. I want landowners to welcome recreational hunters. I'd love to see more recreational hunters than we've ever seen before out there helping those landowners to control feral pigs, goats, cats, foxes, and wild deer. Okay? But we need to have a situation where that landowner feels they're safe. They're not going to get some ridiculous court case come against them because somebody says, oh, they hurt their back while they're out hunting, okay? That landowner realise the landowners have got to be responsible. They've got to do things correctly on their property. They have got a duty of care, but they can't feel like they are exposed, because if they feel they're exposed, they'll shut the gate. So the hunters are saying to me, they're saying, just wing it. Just don't tell them. Don't talk to the landowners. So some guys are actually wanting me to keep my mouth shut, throw my principles out the door, just so they can keep working in a grey area and bullshit to their landowners. And that's what they're doing. They're just bullshitting to them. So I say to anybody that's criticised me out there, you get your landowner to contact their public liability broker and ask them if they are covered for recreational hunting. And if they are, good, well and good. Send me the details, because we'll get the same policy just like that, and we'll tell every other landowner to do the same thing. But if you find that those landowners are exposed, Then it comes down to your principles. If you care enough about those landowners to pull up with them and say, we've got a problem. We have. We've stood to our digs and we've said to all our landowners, we can't operate until we see a sensible way forward, a way that'll protect you guys. What we need to do is all band together, the landowners and the recreational hunters, the sporting clubs and bodies, band together, and let's take this to the next election. We need to change the government in Queensland. We need a government that will listen to recreational hunters, all-wheel drivers, prospectors, all the people that love the bush. We need one that will listen, but we also need to be responsible ourselves. And that responsibility starts with your principles. So don't go throwing them out in the junk.